This is your captain speaking. Bumpy, bumpy. Made a new friend. Disaster in the burger department. It's a proper chilled out river, isn't it? Bloody hell. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to stop recording. I'm gonna have to be quiet. It's getting a bit miserable now if I don't get evicted. Not panic stations yet. Yeah, mate. There I am, looking like a homeless man. A little bit miserable. Bright pink feet. Come on, baby, you can do it. Because I'm a bit of a cheapskate. That's very cool. Come on. One more. A little bit burnt. try and avoid the dynamite video girl, but that's alright. Go. Okay, welcome back. This is the BTS, the behind the scenes. Let's just get pointed in the right direction. It's now day one again. It's about midday on day one. I've just put in the river at Bridgnorth, a few hundred metres behind me. And we're heading off towards, well, into Worcestershire. We're in Shropshire. We're going to head down into Worcestershire, 20 to 30 miles. Perhaps as far as Bewdley or maybe Stourport. It's a lovely trip. This is a route that I've done quite a few times before. I filmed it once before. I made a film called The Song of the Paddle. And it's a right pain in the arse to film. It's a slow moving river that takes a fair bit of effort at times if you want to make much progress. And it's muddy. I call it the muddy old river. So just getting in and out of the boat is difficult. There aren't lots of places to safely get out. Excuse me. Little villages dotted along. There's some really nice little villages. We've got Arley, Highley, Hampton Loade, Bewdley itself, and then maybe Stourport if I get that far. But other than fishing posts on the side, there's not too much tourism. So getting out is sometimes a bit difficult. But it's a lovely stretch. And I really enjoy making the trip, so hopefully I can do it a bit more justice and film it a bit better this time. You've already seen that bit, so let me know, give me the verdict. It's difficult, but enjoyable. Plenty of wildlife. Look at the swans here now. I'm about to go right past. I'll spin you around. It's just a nice way to spend a few days. Camping on the first night is going to be, I think, on an island near Hampton Loade. That's where I stopped on the film called The Song of the Paddle. It's my own little private island in the middle of the river. The water's low, it's forecast to stay low, and that's going to work quite nicely. Night two, I'm going to travel a bit further down towards Bewdley and pull up there. There's a fair bit of woodland around. It backs onto the wire forest, and hopefully I can find somewhere nice. But yeah, beautiful, isn't it? Let's get going. Nice little stretch of river here. There's an island in the middle. Oh, that's my keel dragging on the rocks. Oh, bloody hell. A bit shallow at the moment. Try and find some deeper water. We're losing a bit of weight, really. There we go. Oh, bloody hell. I don't need that plastic keel on. It's designed more for open water where you want to keep a bit of direction a bit more easily. But I quite having it on there for that reason. It lets me know when the water's getting a bit low. So rather than scratch the bottom of the boat, it scratches the bottom of that keel. There's that little island, little separation in the river. I love these places. Risky, but maybe you can camp on them. The one I'm heading to tonight, I know that I can. That one maybe not, but nice home for the swans as well. I think we're due a bit of rain over the next few days. The plan for that is to just pull up on the side, put some waterproofs on and ride it out. I don't mind too much. I spend most of the time with wet feet and wet legs anyway. And to be honest, if you've ever kayaked for a day or two or three, you'll know just how unbearable the sun can become. Just sitting in the same spot with the sun bearing down on your legs and your arms. A bit of cloud is fine by me. This is about the speed of the river. Officially it's 0.5 meters river height, but as an example, in the middle here, it's a lot more than that. That's more than the length of this. But they rated it 0.5 metre at Bridgnorth, and for some perspective it goes up to about 3 meters, I think, when it's winter. At the moment just 0.5 metre, so it's low, and that also means the speed is low generally. So if I don't paddle, we get about 1 or 2 miles per hour, I think. Nice pleasant speed. This river meanders a lot, moves around, there's a lot of overhanging trees. But it tends to steer you quite well. In the past I've just put the paddle down and relaxed. Look at these guys. The weather's just started to look a bit more ominous, so I'm gonna find a spot to get out of the river, reorganise my bag, get my waterproofs ready. I've got a big old poncho thing that I'm gonna use to put over my Bergen at the front of the boat. So we'll see how we get on. The wind's picking up a little bit as well, never a good sign. I know just around the corner here, a few hundred metres ahead, there's a sandstone cliff. This area, the Severn Valley, right down towards Kimber and all that way, there's a lot of sandstone cliffs, sandstone cliff faces, caves and walls. I know there's one just around the corner down here, so I'm going to try and find somewhere to pull up there and take a look around. And typically, as soon as I've pulled up, the sun comes out. But at least it's all accessible now. Jacket, poncho for covering the bag, Aldi cashew crunch, and a high-tech camera cover for when it rains. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you these cliffs. How cool is that? I noticed there's some birds nesting on the top. Fantastic. The only problem is they're funneling the water. It makes it very fast, a little bit difficult to stop. There's nowhere to really pull up and have a good look. I'm going to check out this area down here. But that's pretty impressive, isn't it? There are some proper evil looking clouds around. This could get interesting. Thunderstorm, light clouds, big towering cumulus type things. Ah, bugger. I'm just going to pull up on a shingle beach 100 metres down the river. And there were 3 herons fishing in the shingle. So I was approaching very quietly. Just as I turned the camera on, they flew off. But we're going to head there, get a coffee on. I was just having a wander around to try and spot what the heron was fishing for, but I can't really see anything. I see some sort of tiny centimetre long stickleback type things, maybe those. And I've just seen my first canoe, a wooden canoe, go past with 2 guys on it at a hell of a speed compared to me in my inflatable. The inflatable is, by the way, it's Severn Hudson. It's rated for 230 kilos. It's a 3-person, they call it a kayak, but it's more of a canoe shape. I've owned this for about well over 10 years. So it's 2 adults, 1 child, 230 kilos. Or if you're out on your own like me, I'm about 100 kilos on a good day. And then all the gear. So I've got chairs, tripods, a load of water, camera gear and whatever else. But it's really good. It packs up quite nicely, fits in the boot. You can carry it, so you can take it on the bus or the train or whatever you need to do and go out places like this and not have to worry about getting back upriver. Really good. I've used it a fair bit. It must have been 12 or 13 years. And you know, it's not out every week, but I always dry it out properly at the end, give it a clean, and it's still going strong. I've never had a problem with it, never had a puncture. Folds up nicely, easy to maneuver, very, very stable is the big thing. I like to take my cameras along, do some photography or make films like this, and it's very, very stable. Very low risk of capsizing, touch wood. Nice little bit of rough water coming up. Thought it'd be a nice one to film. If I capsize and recovered the camera, it'd be a nice bit of video to have. No, it's not too rough. A little bit bumpy, but this section from Bridgnorth right the way down to Stourport is there's nothing dangerous. It's really mellow, really easy going. A bit further north from Bridgnorth up towards Ironbridge, there's a section there called the Jackfield Rapids. That's a little segment where they've pushed boulders and rocks up the sides to stop it washing away. And that gets pretty fast, pretty bumpy. I think it's class 2 or something, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, but this is pretty easy going. That's about as rough as it gets. It's a proper chilled out river, isn't it? Just lie here, very occasionally drop the paddle in to correct the steering. Just chill out. It's quiet as well. I've seen no fishermen yet. I think it gets a bit busier further down. But it's a weekday, it's a Wednesday, mid-afternoon in June. It's remarkably quiet. Just that one canoe so far. Just coming into Hampton Loade, and this is a pretty cool place. This is a water treatment works or something, and there's this blue bridge. These 2 blue pipes are water pipes in or out of this treatment plant. Pretty cool. First bit of industry that I've seen on the way down here, and we're only about half a mile to a mile or so from where I think I might be camping tonight. I'm going to carry on down to there. The weather's held out. It's got quite nice blue skies, warm. A few showers that were around seem to have passed by now, and everything's looking pretty good. Bit of steam train action going on behind me. No way to film it, unfortunately. These trees are in the way, but that's Hampton Loade station. It's about 50 to 100 metres just behind those trees. Maybe next time. Oh, listen to that sound. Incredible. I'll spin the camera around, see if we can get some of it. that's as good as we're going to get, I'm afraid. Plenty of good footage from the Severn Valley Railway over the years, and Hampton Loade's a bloody good station to go and check out. It's really old-fashioned, nice place. I'm not a train spotter or anything, but if you're into trains, Severn Valley Railway, Hampton Loade's a good one. Made it. This is the island. A little bit more overgrown than the last time I saw it. This grass wasn't quite so long, and this log or tree wasn't here. So it's been a couple of years, a couple of winters with high river levels. I've seen this, watch this big old tree trunk right up onto this spot here where I camped last time. The island stretches back, I think, to that tree up there. It's not very wide, that's pretty much the extent of it. On this side, there's this gravel beach. I had a fire here last time. And when I left last time, I went to the left and crashed into a tree down there. For anyone that watched that video, this gets really fast, this water here. But I've never actually explored that way because it's quite thick. But it's about 4 or 5 o'clock, so I'm going to do that now. Have a look around. There's no real path through. Nobody comes here. Very few people have probably ever been here. So I'm going to try and make a path through, leave the gear here, tucked away in the grass, and see what's down that way. No, there's absolutely no way around there. So I'm just wading through fairly shallow water on the edge of the island, trying to find a little bit better way through. I might just give up and use the old spot, to be honest. It's fairly shallow. Hard to see how deep it is. Half expecting to disappear at some point. Temperature's quite nice though. Yeah, slippy. Alright, here's a little spot. Let's have a look up here. Nice. Can't get the boat to it though. Oh, right, I'm gonna head back, I think. Yeah. Can't see the bottom. Ooh. That looks pretty good, but there's no way to get the boat there. It's like a bit of a depression in the middle of the island, and shingle. I don't know. I'll just stick with what I've got if I can fight my way back upstream. Right, not wanting to give up, I waded back to the boat and then took a little route through some bushes on the left, and I've got to the area that we found coming through the water. It's a little bit more open. Here's the big tree. A load more grass here. Let's see how far we can get. First nettle, which is not good. Short some flip-flops. Feels great on uncharted territory. There's the occasional bit of litter around. That's almost certainly from being washed up in the winter. Not sure if that's worth it or not. We're here now, let's keep going. I can hear running water. I'm treading carefully, half expecting the river to appear again. Ah, a few nettles, bugger. Alright, I think the answer is back where I was. Just brush, nettles, that one big tree. I brought the hammock with me. I could use if I needed to. Maybe that's a tomorrow night thing. I think I'll just sleep in the boat today. Get it in the sun, get it dried out. A few showers around again tonight and tomorrow, so I'll build a little bit of a shelter around it. Sleep in the boat. It's like bringing your own inflatable bed with you. Other than the smell, it's just fine. Got my own little pool. Right, I'm gonna battle my way back through this brush. Well, the shelter's up and this is absolute chilling. It was a little bit noisy earlier. There was a couple of blokes cutting out for fishing spots 100 metres or so up the river. But I had a little wander around to the right and to the left, as you saw, and then tried straight through the middle. But it's too thick. The whole of the island is just thick bush and brush. I think I've got the best spot here. I sent the drone up. I forgot I had the drone. I sent the drone up, checked out the other side, and this is definitely the best spot. I'll get dinner on shortly. Got some burgers and a beer or two. I'm just having a cheeky not poodle, chicken and mushroom. These get trickier to eat the longer my beard gets. But other than that, we're all good. Get a beer on, get some burgers cooking. Not sure if I'm going to do them on the gas burner or the fire yet. A little bit breezy at times, and it'll be a lot quicker on the gas burner. I don't know. I'll have a beer, see how I feel. Major disaster in the burger department. I bought a pack of burgers from Lidl and they've compressed in my bag. I froze them last night, but they've thawed out and compressed. It looks more like a big lump of mincemeat rather than burgers. So I'll try and cut those up and we'll give that a go. And the beer today is from Lidl as well. It's Stuart Brewing Choc O'Clock. And I'm going to do a taste test for you. I've already had one sip, but I'll pretend it's my first sip. Yeah, very good. It's a little bit sweet for me though. It's smooth, full-bodied, sweet-tasting stout with a rich and indulgent chocolate character. Definite chocolate smell to it. Not much of a chocolate taste, to be honest with you. But it's alright. After a long hot day in the sun, let's get this mincemeat on the go. That's it, mate. No more. You've had the lot. on. Go. You can go now. Go. It's a lovely evening, about 10 PM. The burgers were good, the beer was good. I've made a new friend. He's just finally swum off after hanging around for about an hour and a half. I was sharing some of my burger bread with him and he was happy we were best mates. And eventually I started to run out and he started hissing, so I gave him a bread roll that was for tomorrow morning for breakfast. So I'm one down. He started hissing again. We fell out and now he swum off down the river. So yeah, it's just me again. The shelter, have a look in here. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's cosy. This will keep the heat in, it'll keep the bugs out, it'll keep light rain off me. But currently it's clear skies. Might rain tomorrow again, I think. I'm going to turn in. See you tomorrow. Morning. This pan was absolutely disgusting, but it's done a pretty good job. I brought nothing with me to clean it. I think it tastes better with a bit of burger juice and a bit of cheese left in there. Bacon sandwiches, camping by the river. Does it get much better than this? Pretty good night in the kayak. Must have had a good 8 hours sleep. It was a little bit damp in there. I'd sealed the tarp over the top pretty well to keep the bugs out. And then after an hour or so I realised I was probably suffocating myself. And it was getting very humid. I think my air and also a bit of wetness from the boat. It was dripping wet inside. So I opened the door up and I had no problems. I had a few ducks wander up, wake me up a couple of times in the night. They come quite close and then get spooked, flap around and make a noise. But other than that, it's really nice. I'm going to get these bacon sandwiches down me without surrendering any to the swan, which hasn't turned up yet. As soon as the bread's out, he'll be on his way, I'm sure. I'll get these down me, have another coffee. We're going to head off down the river. There's some fast water just to the right here. This is the way I'm going to go. I've just noticed that during the night a big old bit of driftwood, a tree basically, is wedged on the rocks down there. And it's fairly shallow anyway. It's maybe about half a metre deep. So we'll check it out. I'll probably kayak out left, have a good look at it. I can't really see around the bend here. And then find a way left or right. A bit of excitement to start the day. Until then, bacon rolls. Cheers. It's just started raining, which is a bit of a relief because I'm going to show you my legs. Look at this. This is from yesterday. My feet don't see the sun very often. Got some nice red sandal marks. Right, I'm about ready to get out of here. Just got to load up the boat. I'll quickly show you this. My sleeping arrangement from last night. This is something that I've done a few times before. It's just a couple of sticks attached on these Velcro tabs. They put these on here for fixing the paddle to, or a spare paddle. If you wanted to take a spare paddle, I just use them for sticks. 2 sticks to the top and then the paddle down here to the bungee at the bottom. On the top I've just put this poncho. It's just to stop the tarp, which goes over the top, from getting caught and ripping on any sharp points on the paddle or on the sticks. And then the boat itself is, it must be about 12 foot long. I'm just over 6 foot and I can lie down quite easily in there. There's an inflatable seat. Just keeps your arse out of any water that might end up in the boat, but it also serves as a bit of a pillow. This webbing here is just a handle for when I'm mooring it or jumping out. And also when I'm sitting there, you may have noticed, a few people pointed out in my last one, that I'm a bit naughty for not wearing a life jacket or a buoyancy aid. I don't wear one on this river, not when it's just half a metre deep. Yeah, it's deeper in places, but I don't know, I don't wear one. It's very flat, calm most of the time, and I'd wear one if I was doing the rapid section further up or if the weather was a lot worse, but I don't wear one here. So this I just have close by. Sometimes I might wrap my arm around it, and I'm then physically attached to an inflatable boat in 4 sections. So there's a lot of buoyancy aid there. The seat itself, the 4 sections of boat. Just behind me there's a farm, a working farm. There's a tractor coming and going, delivering something to the other side of his field at that end. I just wanted to point that out because this spot, I've used this spot a few times now on this island, and last time I made a video here I was a bit cautious about sharing the location. Sometimes I find gems of a location like this and I don't like to share them because I'm a bit concerned with them getting abused. So what I've often said is contact me privately and I'll show you the exact location. This time I filmed it a little bit differently, and I think a lot of you will be able to figure out where it is. If you watch the video, if you see some of the drone shots, you'll be able to figure out where exactly it is. I've talked enough about it. So if you do come here, just look after it, leave no trace. Take all your rubbish back with you. There's all mine. Don't leave anything, although I've left a few ashes there. That'll soon wash away when the river level rises up here. But yeah, don't abuse it. Don't leave any litter here. And bear in mind, there's a working farm there. Look at this heron. Fantastic, isn't it? There's a working farm there. There's some houses not too far that way behind the trees. So if you come here, don't go shouting because you can ruin it for everyone. But whatever, I don't know. I don't know who owns this land, if anyone. It's probably something to do with the river committee or something. But enjoy it. Right, it's just starting to rain, so I'm going to pack up quickly, get back on the water and head down towards Bewdley. Welcome aboard. This is your captain speaking. Today's float down to the lovely Worcestershire town of Bewdley is about to start. Please put your seat backs and tray tables in the upright position. Fasten your seat belts, and we're gonna float on down, meandering slowly, pathetically through the lovely English riverside villages of Highley and Arley before arriving somewhere near the wire forest, and as of yet unknown location on the banks of the River Severn. We'll see how we go. There's the island. See you next time. And just behind me, I don't want to muck around too much here, the water speeds up quite a lot. There's that fallen tree in the middle there. And this is where I crashed last time out. Right into a tree overhanging on the right hand side. I'll try not to do that this time. gets pretty quick here. There's that fallen tree on the right. There's some shallow ground on the right. Big dips in the water makes me think there's some high rocks. It's taking me off to the right again like it did last time. Preempting it this time though. I know what it's trying to do. Big fallen trees on the side. Big rocks in the river ahead. I'd love to turn the camera around. I don't want to risk it. Little beach area on the left here. That's a nice little spot. Some pointing rocks sticking right out of the water. Look like the hole in the bottom of this thing. Bumpy, bumpy. Big trees, and here's the downstream side of that island. Kid waving to me on the side. And we're awake. We survived. Right, let's see if we can pull up out this rain for a little bit. Well, it's about half an hour later. I've seen 2 canoes go past. They're a little bit braver than I am, or maybe more stupid. I'm staying dry for a bit, I'm in no rush. I've had a look on the rainfall radar. It looks set to ease up in the next half an hour or so. So I'm just going to sit around, wait until that point, and we'll get going again. Whee! Easy. Alright, looks to have mostly settled down now. Let's get back in. There are a load of sharp rocks here, so I'm just staying out of the way. My giant weight goes in here, the whole thing sinks. Keeping water out of the boat's a bit of a problem. With the sandals that I like to wear, also the tripod. Picks up a load of water in all of the feet. Currently from above on the bridge, and the water tends to sit in the bottom of the boat around the inflatable seat, so it's not too bad. And then you can drain it out. There's a plug. I'm stuck on something. There's a plug at the back, and you can open that plug when you're out the water. You just turn it upside down, tilt it to one end, and the water will come out the bottom. But it's mostly off my feet and the tripod. Alright, the rain's eased. I think with any luck that'll be it for the rest of the day. I'm hoping it stays quite cloudy. My legs are a little bit burnt. This water's helping though. Keep dipping them in this cold water. Bit of relief. Alright, let's get going. Another half an hour break for rain, cheeky coffee, and I think that's the steam train coming. So I'm going to wander up this bank and try and take a look. That was brilliant. I heard the train coming from quite far away, and I walked over to one of these hills up here. Got one shot of the train coming towards me. It was a little bit far away, and I repositioned it on the tripod, and as I do with filming myself, I went and stood just a few meters from the fence, and there were a few dining carts full of people. Bearing in mind I've just pulled in off the river on a random piece of farming land. There's nothing much around here. I'm just pulled in down the bottom there. So there I am, looking like a homeless man with my sandals and my bright pink feet, on a rainy day, stood in the middle of a sheep field, and I could sense all the people looking out the window thinking, what the bloody hell's that guy doing out in the middle of nowhere? Good fun. But then more interestingly, this is well, it is the middle of nowhere. It's a farmer's field and there's not much around. This little dirt track here is from sheep. Goes down to the river and the sheep are everywhere. They come down here and rub themselves all over trees or whatever they do. But as I was walking down, I looked at the ground and I saw some coins buried in the mud, rusted up. They look pretty old. Not too old, because that one says 1989, but old enough. And there's loads more. So I've got no idea what used to go on here, but if you look down here, there's two more, 20p, 2p, something else, another 20, any more for any more. Another 20, another 2, loads of coins around. So because I'm a bit of a cheapskate and it's just interesting finding old stuff like this on random places, I'm gonna see how many more I can get. Must have about £4 there. Not sure if it's still legal to use or not. It's quite corroded. I'll try and spend it in the pub. Right, that's enough mucking around. Let's get going. Just another bloody splash. One more. Right then, kiddos. Got a strong headwind. I'm stuck in a rock. Come on, let's get going. No, not that way, not that way. Right, bit of fun with the steam train. Coffee break. Found about £3, and I'm about halfway to where I wanted to be on day 2. We've gone through Highley. We've gone past the Severn Valley Country Park. A couple of rain stops. And now we're going to go through Arley. Another train. We're going to go through Arley and then onto the edge of the wire forest, Trimpley Reservoir sort of area, and look for a place to lay up for the night. And this is quite a nice little stretch. That sounds like a diesel. I'll spin you around so you can see it. They wave back. Pretty empty, that one. Everybody wants the steam train, nobody wants the diesel. Another little interesting section I thought it'd be worth filming. I'm currently approaching backwards. Oh shit. There's a shingle island. Bloody hell, that was close. Shingle island, and the water getting shoved around to the left through some fallen trees. Not as dramatic as I thought it might be. How's about that? That'd be a risky camp, wouldn't it? far too likely to get flooded, that thing. Big old chunk of driftwood in the middle. Seagulls and ducks calling it home. A few horses in the field on the side. I remember them well. I once walked this section of river in reverse from Bewdley up to Bridgnorth. It was an absolute killer. I could have walked for about 3 days afterwards and chub rub. But on that walk, I remember those horses well. I'm not a big fan of horses. I spend a lot of time filming horses, and I don't really trust them. There are a couple of big, muscular looking horses loose in the field. Oh wow, look at that. There's a mud cliff. And this current's too big to get up there. There's a mud cliff. Come on. With a load of holes in it. Bird nests. Birds are nesting in the cliff. Come on, baby, you can do it. Can't get to it. It's behind this log here. I wonder if I could swing around the back of that tree. Around the back of this fallen tree. There are a load of holes in the mud wall. Little birds flying in and out. I don't want to get too close, or they're nesting. But it'd be great to have a closer look. Come on, you can do it. Let's go. Yeah. That water's moving pretty fast now. I don't want to disturb him too much. I can see him going in and out. There must be 50 of them. 50 nests. Alright. Quiet down a little bit. Sneak up slowly. And turn the camera around. Alright, that's very cool. But I don't want to disturb them too much. The closer I got, they just stopped coming. And they're just flying around out here. And then as I move away, they'll be straight back in there with whatever food they're carrying. Would be my guess. That's very cool. Just leaving Arley behind, Upper Arley, and getting pretty close to the layout point for night 2 now. I can see another island. It doesn't look as good as the last one, but there's a definite island in the middle of the river over there. And I'm tempted to take a look. I am going to take a look. It just means I paddle past all this potential hammocking possibilities for a look at an island that might not be that good. I've tried to load it up on my phone, but I don't have any signal. I don't know. Water looks pretty rough to the left of it. Let's go and check it out. Oh, bloody hell. The island doesn't look as good as my island, but there's some very rough water on. Oh, bloody hell. So I thought I'd put the camera on. It's very shallow on the right here. The island's just fallen trees. This is the roughest water we've had so far. Not too bad if you stay this way around. So with that island no good, nowhere near as good as my island. I'm not sure it's even ground, I think it's just trees. But with that no good, we're gonna have to keep going round. Must be getting late now. But no massive rush. Good few hours of daylight left. Getting a bit miserable now, but I'm just passing an awesome old bridge with the top missing, just the towers remaining. I've walked through there before. I'm gonna have to look up the history of that. Cool old thing. Rainy, wet, a little bit miserable, and just looking for somewhere to lay up for the night now. Getting low on options. I'm 2 or 3 miles out from Bewdley, I would imagine. It gets a bit busy the closer you get. Nice little bridge there, I wonder where that leads. Let's go and have a look. Tell you what, I'll park out the rain for a minute under there as well. Yeah, it gets a bit busier down in Bewdley. Lots of caravan parks. Seen quite a few on the side of the river already. This is cool. No idea what it is. Clay cross ductile. Nice. Park here out the rain for a minute. Check the map. Okay. I'm gonna wait for the rain to ease and then crack on a little bit further down the river. A few hundred meters. There's one of the first big caravan parks. I want to be keeping clear of that. Alright, another muddy riverbank. Wait, let's give this a go. Oh my god. Oh, bloody hell. No, that's no good. Hawthorn everywhere. Thick hawthorn. Inflatable kayak ripping hawthorns everywhere. So it's back in the boat. This mud is ridiculous. Oh my god. I'm sinking. Bloody, oh my god, my sandal's stuck. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop recording. I'll be in a spot of bother if I carry on like this. Bit of Severn mud on the sunburn. It's got to be good, hasn't it? Right. Phone signal isn't my issue now. It's phone battery. I've got a battery bank in my bag, but for now, no battery. I'm gonna get back on the river and just meander down. Must have 2 hours of sunlight left, so it's not panic stations yet. It's quite enjoyable now. The rain stopped, so we're just enjoying it for a mile or so. We're going to come into Bewdley. Unlikely to be anywhere for the night there. So take a chance at that. If not, gonna have to push through Bewdley. Just motoring on a bit now. Come out of Bewdley, in and out of rain showers. Bewdley was full of rowing boats, maybe 8 of them. Lots of people around, lots of houses. And it's nice to go through, but I just wanted to get out of there. So I've just gone pretty fast for half a mile to a mile. I'm just going until, I don't know, just going. Just rowing my boat. Scenery's changing a little bit now. Just up ahead we've got this sandstone cliff. Yeah, mate.
I'll show you.
What is it?
Show you a picture of what we took. All right. There's a kingfish gun that sits on the rods.
Really?
Yeah.
There
I'll
you
show you. Bear with.
Right. It's getting late and I've got to find somewhere. So I'm going to pull in here. It looks like it's a fishing place or a caravan park, a combination of both. So I'm going to have to be quiet. Forbidden fruit tonight. A little bit better than the chocolate nonsense that I had last night. I've only got the one. I'm here. This is going to be the spot if I don't get evicted. I'm at some kind of fishery or caravan park, and it has these nicely kept riverbanks. There's some houses 500 metres away that I suspect are something to do with the fishing rights to this place, but I'm just gonna try and get away with it. It's getting on for 9 PM. It's late. I have looked on the website of the place and it says no availability, but I don't know what that means. There's no one here, and yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna either sleep in the kayak again under this tree, or maybe put my hammock up just there. Quick and easy tonight, I think. Maybe I'll put the tripod over the kayak and use that to hold the tarp up and just sleep in there for the night. I've made good progress. I've planned to stop just short of Bewdley. I pushed on for various reasons and then just hammered it towards Stourport, and I'm pretty close to Stourport now, so I don't have much to do tomorrow. The goal was to get to Stourport tomorrow and just enjoy a couple of days or 3 days on the river, and I've done that. I feel really satisfied about getting this far, and just going to enjoy my beer, pop some steaks on, get a good night's kip, and see you tomorrow. And we're back on the river. Day 3. It's about 7 AM. I was up early. Lovely night's sleep, to be honest. Slept like a log. Pretty quiet. All around. Birds woke me up well and truly about 4:30 AM. So, a couple of quick coffees, quick breakfast, and back out. Stourport's just a mile or so, I think. We're pretty close. down that way. And yeah, it's lovely. Blue skies. The river's nice and calm. It's like glass. That's it. Stourport Bridge. Mission complete. Bridgnorth to Stourport. 3 days. I'm knackered. That's it. Out. There I am, looking like a homeless man.